Welcome back to more Kingdom Legacy. We took a look at this game last time and started playing it, and we're still in the, I might call it maybe a tutorial, at least the part of the game where the manual says the game can be reset still, so not into the real legacy aspect of the game. We've got our Kingdom deck here, which I'll shuffle up. And again, since this is a legacy game, spoilers ahead, although as I said, we're not into the part of the game yet that has the legacy aspect. So maybe this is still okay. If you want to play the game yourself, this might still be okay to watch. I'll point out when we reach card number 23. But, you know, if you want to see absolutely nothing except for what the game plays like, maybe instead take a look at the first video in the series where we just start using the basic cards, and then you can end it anytime if you decide you want to give it a try yourself. Okay, I think this was enough shuffling. Let's start here. And again, we've got glare because I'm using card sleeves to circumvent some of the legacy aspects, as it were. So some wild grass, the jungle, a bridge. Okay, so last time we realized I destroyed a forest to build a shrine, which seemed nice at the time, but means we have very little wood production in our deck. So maybe upgrading the jungle is a good idea. So let's discard. First and foremost, let's use the field worker's ability, and using card abilities does not end your turn. Only passing the turn, if you can't do anything, or upgrading a card forces you to end the turn. So we discard the field worker to choose a land in play and gain its production as resources. So let's choose the wild grass. So we gain that 1 coin by discarding the field worker. And then we'll discard the bridge and the wild grass themselves. So this is worth 3 coins. And we can now upgrade our jungle. I don't know why the brightness on the camera is going ham there. So the jungle here takes 3 coins to upgrade. And right now it's producing no wood. We can only spend gold to gain wood, which is fine, but you know, might not always be able to do this. And now this is the huge trees, which produce 1 wood and can be upgraded for 3 more coins to the deep jungle. They produce 2 wood, or the jungle produces 2 wood. Very cool. Okay, let's have that in there. Oh, there's another bandit. Yeah, we've suffered from one of the bandits last time already. So this bandit will block one of the cards producing coins, which will be one of our planes. Which is annoying, because otherwise, if this would have been any friendly card, we could have used the plane's effect to gain 2 coins, discarding that friendly card, and then a 3rd coin in the other planes, and would have been able to upgrade the shrine. Let's advance probably, because we can't do anything. You know, we could discard the shrine, which would then gain us 2 gold, but that doesn't do much for us, and I believe because the bandit is blocking the planes, we can't discard those planes. So let's advance by putting out 2 more of our cards here. Keep the deck slightly to the side because of the glare. So there's some mountains and the rocky area. So do we want to upgrade the shrine, or do we want to just use the shrine's effect, which enable us to make 1 card stay in play, which might not be too bad because we just advanced to, yeah, sort of get more out of our deck here, out of the cards. I think I want to use the planes effect here, discarding this and another friendly card to gain 2 gold. And I'll discard the rocky area here. And with the 2 gold, let's upgrade the distant mountain to another rocky area. And now I guess the turn ends and the shrine's effect takes place. So we discard it to make one other card stay in play. And I'd like to make our plane stay in play. I'll have to check if we can make a blocked card stay in play or not. Okay, so I guess we have no other choice but to choose that planes to make it stay in play. But says here as well that if the blocked card stays in play, the blocking card does so as well. So yeah, that just means we'll keep the planes in play, but also the bandit, which doesn't do us much good, I think. But that's how that works. So now we draw the next 4 cards. And there's another bandit. Great. Yeah, so this will block up another card that produces coins. So I guess the headquarters are blocked as well. And we don't have any sword resource here to defeat any one of the bandits. Yeah, so if we get to a town hall, if we upgrade our headquarters, then we have a sword. And I don't think we had any other cards providing swords for now, so upgrading the town hall is important, or the headquarters. But for now we don't have enough resources to do so. But this is very annoying because we can't really do much of anything. We only have 2 cards left, so might as well advance here instead of drawing just the 2 cards next turn and not being able to do much. So we could, let's see here, we have our trader, which is not upgraded. There's no way for us to get to 3 gold, no way for us to get to 2 gold. We have 1 of each resource down here, which would also not be enough to upgrade that. Could. Alright, actually we can do something here. Let's discard the grass for 1 gold, spend that gold using the rocky area to gain 2 rocks. And with those 2 rocks upgrade the forest. I'm glad I just saw that. Which will improve our wood production as well. Oh no, it won't. That's another sacred well. Actually maybe I don't want to do that then. I thought that was the lumberjack, but that's the sacred well. I was wanting to buy a lumberjack because that looks very good, just producing 2 wood on its own, especially with our field worker. So can we get to the lumberjack? No, but we could fell the forest for no real reason. This is a bit annoying. But then we're not guaranteed we'll be able to upgrade it next turn. Let's consider this a dead turn. Let's just pass. Just a bit. Feels a bit bad, but so be it. So this was the end of the round. Shuffle our whole kingdom up. Then a card flew out. Glad I have the sleeves on here to remind me which way is up and which is the front. Oh, and I almost forgot, we discover the next 2 cards. Hill, which is another land card. Or the East Cliffs. So the hill, we can build a chapel on the hill. Ooh, we can spend 3 gold there to discover the missionary, and the missionaries were what allowed us to turn the bandits into workers, I believe. No, that's a field worker. Oh, but that's interesting as well. I saw the two bandits are different. I didn't even look at that last time. Yeah, so we can turn them into citizens, basically. That's interesting. So maybe we don't go the sword route, and later we can gain a lot of gold production here. Plus gold production for each person in play. Okay, that's interesting. And the East Cliffs can either build a wall, which gives us some sword, or a smithy and an arsenal. Wow. Yeah, so I'm liking this game so far just because there seem to be so many different paths, and discovering, cards from that big deck of cards is always quite fun. Oh, and I sleeved this the wrong way. So the chapel and the East Cliffs, sorry, the hill and the East Cliffs go into our kingdom, our deck. And let's give that another shuffle. And let's continue here. So, oh, and there's the East Cliffs. That was not intended. But let's see if we can do much of anything with them. Oh, and the chapel, really? Okay, so my shuffling was not great then. Could upgrade the planes using 3 gold, which we can't get to. Oh, actually, we have the perfect amount of resources here to build that chapel. Yeah, let's do that. So discard the plains and the East Cliffs and the forest for a coin, a rock, and a piece of wood, which is exactly what we need to upgrade or even build the chapel in the first place. So next round we'll be able to get missionaries, and those might be able to deal with those bandits. Speaking of, there's a bandit. So this blocks a card with coin production, which will have to be our plains here. Now the trees. Oh, the rocky area. What's coming up there? The bridge. So this is not in play. This is the top of our deck, I should mention. So maybe let's advance possibly, so we can do anything. But will the bridge help us? Help us with anything here? So we could spend a gold to gain 2 wood, which would then... Then we need more gold here. I think I'm just gonna pass this turn, because it feels like... Although actually... What's the difference here in passing or advancing? Because it says you can advance any number of times. So if we're not able to advance, if we're not able to upgrade anything after advancing, we could do that again, which is essentially like our next turn, the next 4 cards, but these stayed in play, so to say. So there's really no downside in that, except if we were then able to upgrade 2 things, and which we then can't, because as soon as you upgrade 1 thing, everything gets discarded. But if we're just not able to upgrade anything, we might as well advance, I think, to see if we are able to, and we might as well advance a second time, and then it's just like playing our next turn, but with extra cards, which is not a downside if we weren't able to upgrade anything otherwise. So let's see here, can we upgrade the trader somehow? I don't think we can. Can spend coins for wood, but there's a better deal at the huge trees. I don't see any upgrades here because of that bandit especially. Otherwise we'd have 1 extra coin, or maybe even 2 extra coins. Yeah, so I think instead of discarding all of this, let's advance again. Okay, so now we're really getting into it here. Big turn. And let's try to make a big upgrade then. So we have the field worker, which I really like. Maybe let's see. Do we want to start upgrading the bazaar or the trader to the bazaar, or maybe our headquarters? Or just some more lands? What does the rocky area turn into? Ooh, a quarry, 2 rock. That seems great. So actually, let's do the following. We'll discard the field worker to choose a land, and we'll choose the huge trees. So we gain 1 wood, 2 wood, 1 coin, 2 coins, and now we can upgrade the rocky area. So I think that was not too bad. We kind of missed an upgrade because we weren't able to do anything, but by advancing we were now able to do a big upgrade for 2 wood and 2 coins. And the quarry just providing 2 wood on its own, you know, if we have a field worker, that's another 2, I keep saying wood, 2 stone. That might come in handy in the future, trying to upgrade our castle here, or maybe that bridge. So I think that was fine in the whole scheme of things. What isn't is the bandit I see coming up, which annoys me. So this will have to block the wild grass. We can't upgrade the shrine, we can't upgrade the rocky area. So let's advance here. And the shrine at the very last turn of the round is a bit annoying, because making cards stay in play then doesn't do a whole lot for us. So we have the ability to gain a lot of stones or rocks and no real way to use them. And because we can't gain that extra coin here, we can't upgrade our wild grass. So this to me looks like we're just stuck on this turn, not able to do anything. Now, maybe I got rid of too many coins early by upgrading those distant mountains. Maybe it's more sensible to keep those as coin production and use the coins to first upgrade your plains and your farmlands to produce more coins, and then going for stone. I'm not sure, but like this, I don't think we can do much of anything. So let's put those all into the deck and shuffle the deck up. And again, we'll discover the next 2 cards from the box, which is another forest and another swamp. Okay, so we get more forests. I like that. And that seems to work like the other forest does. And what does the swamp do? Nothing, but can be upgraded to an accessible swamp, which is worth 1 point. Okay, not much. A swamp garden, which is worth a coin. And then exotic fruit trees, which are, I think these barrels are trade goods. Okay, so long way to go, big investment. Not much return on the investment early on. But I'm guessing those trade goods or whatever, I'll have to look up what they are called, probably are important in the late game. It's the wrong way around. Yeah, so far I like having the sleeves, because I did drop 1 or 2 cards while shuffling and so on, which might be because of the sleeves actually, now saying it out loud. But yeah, just to make sure I know which is the front, which is the back, and which way is up. Okay, let's put that into the deck here. Give that another shuffle and play another round. Yeah, so this is really flowing. I'm getting into the flow of the game. And also I want to add, this was card 19 and 20. So we are coming close to the end of that non-legacy part of the game where you can still reset the game at any time. So yeah, there's a bridge. I thought about using matte sleeves, but the ones I have an opaque back, which then would be annoying because I'd have to always take out the card to look at the upgrade path and so on. So I decided to use these ones and hoped I could set up the light so the glare wasn't too bad. Yeah, we'll have to see. Interesting. So, can't really get the stone right now to upgrade the bridge, but we can just upgrade one of our wild grass up to plains again, which is fine. Or the forest, but we probably don't want to make another shrine for now, I think. I really want to get a lumberjack here. I think that would be good, but that requires us to fell the trees, and right now we have nothing to use that much wood on, so that should probably... We'll keep the forest this way upright, and if we draw it together with some big upgrade, some big building or something, maybe the 3 would come in handy. So for now, let's discard these 2, or to upgrade another bridge, actually a river to a bridge, for 2 gold to get our plains going here. And this will all be discarded. There's a swamp, a bandit, some huge trees, and a field worker. When played, blocks 1 card with coin production. I have bad news for you. So we have no cards with coin production. But also that's kind of bad news for this turn, because we could really only use the field worker on the swamp, which doesn't produce anything, on the huge trees to gain a wood and then do nothing with it. So maybe we should advance here. I'm curious if we now draw a card that produces coins, if the bandit will jump onto it. I don't think so, because it says here when played. And it has already been played. This is not like an ongoing effect. I think the way I read the effects, and there's the other bandit. Wow. Okay, so interesting. We've got all the bandits here with no coin production, so maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. Probably good for the rest of our round here, because then we don't have to worry about the bandits. But I don't really know what to do upgrade-wise. Now again, feels to me like just passing and discarding everything is strictly worse than drawing, advancing and drawing more cards. Because, you know, if things are rough, you can advance twice and essentially have your next turn just with all the extra cards from the last one, if you're not able to upgrade anything, that is. So I might just do that. And again, the bandit says when played, I'll look at the rules booklet here. Yeah, may be used when it is triggered, or in case of the red lightning is not optional. And I guess in this case we kind of dodged the bandits by drawing them without any coins. So I'll advance one more time and then see if we're able to do much of anything. So now I didn't think we'd have so many cards in play. So what can we do here? There must be something we can do. We have no way of upgrading our chapel because that takes stone. We have no way of upgrading the forest that takes stone. The huge trees take more money than we have using the field worker. Okay, so we could upgrade the swamp now, which feels like a bit of a whiff. Or do we draw even more cards and try to spend gold to get a missionary to start getting rid of these bandits? Yeah, so I think instead of upgrading the swamp, I want to try to get a missionary because I want to get those bandits out of here. So let's draw 2 cards. Now this is a lot, feels a bit wasteful. But the reason why I was decided to do so is because on top of the deck here was our headquarters, which produce gold. So we can use the field worker to choose the wild grass and gain 1 gold, discard the wild grass for 1 gold, discard the headquarters for 1 gold, which would then mean we can, let's put this here, discard the chapel, spending 3 to discover a missionary, which is card number 103. So this is from the cards greater than 70, so sort of from the legacy content or whatever you want to call it. So again, spoiler warning here. There's the missionary. Can spend 3 gold to convert a bandit. Or can upgrade the missionary to a beekeeper. Yeah, so this AI art is does have some very uncanny valley sort of vibes. Well, and his fingers don't look healthy. Okay. Interesting that the missionary turns into a beekeeper. Well, but the card that we discovered gets put on the discard pile immediately. So now again, I don't think anything ended our turn here because we didn't upgrade and we didn't pass. So do we just keep advancing instead of passing and discarding all of this? Because again, we can't really do much here. I'm not sure. I'll keep doing it like this. So let's advance again. And look what we get. So another rocky area. The east cliffs, which can be upgraded to a wall. Or later, I guess, with metal to an armory. I don't really want to turn the forest into another well, I think. And take way more of our wood production. At this point feels kind of like we're missing coins here. Because if we had a single coin, we could, for example, get 2 stone there and together with the rocky area upgrade the east cliffs. Or just upgrade the swamp. Yeah, so let's keep drawing cards. Let's keep advancing. And let's see here. So now we really have some things we can do here. Okay, so let's use the plains to discard another friendly card to gain 2 gold, and I'll just discard the swamp. So we have 2 gold, And I'll use these two for 2 wood and upgrade the rocky area once more, like this, to this quarry, which that looks great for us. And is also a path to metal, it seems, towards the shallow mine. But so we have our first quarry, and now everything gets discarded. And I didn't look at how many cards were left. Maybe I should have just advanced one more and seen. Oh, did we already have a quarry? Yeah, seems like we did. Again, I like that I can check using the sleeves there. So I completely forgot. Let's see. Can't really do much here, can we? No. So this will just get passed on. So that is our deck, our kingdom. Yeah, so didn't do that much upgrading this time, but I think those were some valuable upgrades, hopefully. The extra quarry and the, what was it? The, I already forgot. I think we did one more big upgrade earlier. Did we upgrade our town hall or something like that? I don't remember. Ah, the missionary, right. We got the missionary from the cathedral. Okay, I forgot we have to discover the next 2 cards. Stop. Yeah, so this is card number, wait, 23? No. First we need cards 21 and 22. Yeah, so those cards were out of order, seems. So 21 and 22, but okay, so 23 is where the rules say you can still reset the game. So we get another swamp here and a lake, which we can either build a fisherman's cabin and then a fishing boat, or a lighthouse, which stays in play and you have to discard the top card of the deck at the end of every turn. It doesn't seem great, but does that have any use? So these infinity symbol effects are ongoing effects that happen at the end of every turn. It sounds kind of bad, just discarding the top card every time. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Okay. Let's put those 2 in there somewhere and shuffle our deck here. And then let's see. Swamp at the top, bandit, bridge, field worker. I'm getting tired of these bandits. And the bandit will be blocking the bridge, I guess. So we can't even use the field worker for much of anything. If we use them, we can just use them on the swamp and they produce nothing, but I think this is still not something that I would just pass and discard, because I have the field worker, which I think is a very strong card, at least seemed to me the last times, being able to copy any other land. So I want to use it. So I will advance by 2. Great, great. All the cards that produce nothing. We have the bandit, swamp, trader. No way of producing resources, so I think we'll just keep advancing here till we can do an upgrade. So there's some wood. Could fell the forest, because I do want to make a lumberjack sometime. To upgrade the huge trees, we need coins. We need coins for everything. We're quite low on coins. But if we fell the forest, what do we use the wood on? Nothing really. So let's advance once more. A shrine and a quarry. And now the glare is sort of taking over there. Those are the huge trees. So if we use the fieldwork on the quarry, we have 4 stone, but we really need a lot of coins for all of the upgrades, and we don't have anything that produces coins out here right now. Huh. Ah, but the shrine will allow us to make another card stay in play. That's kind of cool. So let's maybe then advance once more. Drawing the headquarters and the lake. And now we might be able to do some nice upgrades here. So and we have the quarry here. I put them on top of the bandit because we can't use the card beneath the bandit anyways. Okay, so the glare is getting out of hand. So our headquarters need 3 stone to be upgraded, which we could get by using the field worker on the quarry and then discarding the quarry ourselves, which will have us get 4 stone and then 1 wood from the other things, and we have the town hall, which that would be nice. Or we just use the field worker and another land to upgrade this to the fisherman's cabin. Yeah, maybe let's do that. I have the hopes of converting the bandits instead of just getting rid of them, but I don't know if that's a pipe dream to be able to deal with all 3 of them that way, or 2 of them. How many bandits do we have? I think 2. So let's do that. So we discard the field worker, choosing the quarry. So we gain 2 stone. Then we discard the huge trees, I guess, for 1 wood. And then we're able to upgrade this to the fisherman's cabin. And we discard our things, but the shrine allows us to discard it and make 1 other card stay in play. And now I either want to choose the forest to be able to, cut it down, or the quarry to maybe be able to make a mine. That would be cool as well. I think I'll choose the forest. So get rid of everything else. And the forest stays in play, and now we draw 4 more cards. Ah, and very nice, we drew another quarry there. And a chapel. So we could actually make another missionary. Oh, I just knocked the camera, I'm sorry. Although we can't really, right? Because number 103, we already discovered that card. But we could cut down the forest and use the quarry to get enough stone and wood to upgrade the chapel, which might be nice. Or we might just want to keep upgrading more of our planes and so on for gold production, because we need gold. Upgrading the chapel, I mean, that also produces gold. Though I don't think we'll be able to get priests in the near future. But I like it because it cuts down the forest at the same time, because I do want this cut down so we are able to upgrade it to the lumberjack there. Yeah. So we do that for 3 wood. And we use the quarry for 2 stone and we upgrade our chapel. Sometime I have to get around to upgrading all of these planes. Especially here on the back you get double money from the farmland, which seems great. But for now they all go like this to the discard pile because we upgraded a card. Now, there's the missionary, and you can't see this right now, but on the top of our deck is a bandit. So if we advance, we get the bandit, but the bandit will then block our planes probably. We need 3 gold to be able to convert the bandit in the first place, which is annoying. However, like this, we're also not able to do anything. So I think let's just advance here. So I guess these come in. Ooh, but we drew another planes. And so I'll put the, I guess the bandit has to go on one of the planes. Doesn't really matter which one. And let's advance once more, because otherwise we're left with just 1 card next turn. And see if we can do anything. So I could use the planes to gain 2 gold, which isn't really enough to do much. Could then use the gold to buy rocks, but we need 3 rocks to upgrade the east cliffs. Sadly, 1 more planes would allow us to convert the bandit, but we can't. So we could cut down the other forest here and upgrade the rocky area to another quarry. So maybe I'll just do that. Why not? So I'll use the planes to discard the east cliffs. So that will give me 2 gold. I'll cut down the forest for 3 wood. And I'll use 2 gold and 2 wood here for an upgrade. Like this. So we have another quarry. And that will discard our turn. Okay, and now we have reached the end of the tutorial. So here it says stop. Now that you've got the hang of the game, you may reset to start again if you like to give it your best shot. If you continue, you will discover 4 cards. Look at them now and then decide if you want to restart or continue. After this card comes the legacy part of the game, where some cards will permanently change. You will not be able to reset the game once you continue down this road. And there are rules clarifications here. And apparently there's now permanent cards which are never shuffled into the deck and cannot be discarded. Always active and visible. Interesting. So maybe like permanent threats or missions that you might want to work on. Sounds cool. The army and treasury are track cards. They let you spend your turn and resources to gain fame. Export is a tally card. It doesn't end your turn and lets you spend trade goods to gain stickers, new cards and other cool effects. You will not be able to complete all tracks before the game ends. Try to get as far as possible. Yeah, so this also is your warning. So now obviously starts the legacy content. So if you don't want to see that, I'll say it one last time. You can end the video here. But I think we'll end the video here together in any case. But I do want to look at those next cards, 24 to 27, because it says to look at them now. I feel like I just want to continue. I don't think I want to restart. Especially because I intend to play the game a way where I can, after playing through once, give it another try. So we'll just stick with our decisions. We'll have to deal with them. I think that's fine. So I've shuffled up the deck here. And now, spoiler warning, we'll look at cards 24 to 27. Fertile Soil, the Army, the Treasury, and Export. Okay, Fertile Soil. This land seems to grow anything you put into the ground. Add one sticker, or sticker 1, as production to a land. Efficiency, you're getting the hang of this. Choose one building and boost its production. Add a resource sticker to make it produce one more of a resource it already produces. And you use these parchment cards immediately and then destroy them afterwards. Same for this one. And so we get to upgrade one building or boost one building and one of our lands. And also there are these tracks which are apparently just for fame. These are permanent. Can spend resources to mark the track from left to right, and when complete we discover card number 135. Okay, and then that continues here. And the treasury and the export. We tally how many export or trade goods we've exported, and then we get to upgrade a lot of things using stickers. Wow, okay. Yeah, so maybe let's keep them up here because they're permanent. And we get to choose one land to upgrade, sticker 1, which is gold. And we get to boost a building's efficiency. So let's see here. I'll sort out all the lands for now. Now, it's interesting because I think if we upgrade part of a card with a sticker, obviously that's not on the whole card, that's just on that part. So maybe we want to upgrade something that we then won't flip around for the rest of the game. So it would seem bad to upgrade the headquarters, because I'm pretty sure we will want to turn that into a keep or castle at some point. Just seems right for a game called Kingdom. Do we want to upgrade the church, which would then produce 2 coins? No. Yes, we add a resource sticker to it to produce one more of a resource it already produces. Alright, so maybe the church, and you know that might be a good option because for now the church itself needs a lot of coins, and if we upgrade it later we lose out on that 1 coin that we put on here, but the church will get extra coin production anyways, so maybe that will then still be an upgrade. Or the fisherman's cabin. I mean, just getting a building that produces 2 coins seems awesome already. But we probably want to upgrade this at some point since the upgrade is not that expensive and discovering new cards sounds interesting. Seafaring. Yeah, so maybe, and at that point, going from 1 coin to another 2 coins, we'd just be upgrading it for the discovery. Don't know. I think upgrading the church makes sense. That will make it easier for us to get out the priest as well. So we'll choose this one. And now the lands. We just add 1 coin as production to 1 land. Now swamp seems good because it doesn't produce anything, but on the other hand, those are sure to be upgraded at some point. The bridges, I don't know. Most of our lands are still pretty basic. Now maybe one of the plains just gets turned into a 2 gold plains and we never even have to upgrade it. Can look at the other ones, because that'll just then not do anything for us. It'll make the upgrade super unattractive. Or maybe some of our cards that are already pretty advanced. On the Feld Forest to make it easier to build the lumberjack hut. Yeah, so we have the quarry, which is pretty far upgraded. We have 3 quarries upgraded. Yeah, so to me seems like we use the quarries to produce a bit of metal and discover the mine, which will destroy the quarry or the shallow mine. We can do that twice, it seems, to discover 2 different cards. And we have 3 of them, so maybe just leaving one as a quarry isn't half bad. So maybe I'll upgrade a church and a quarry, which in both cases will give us extra coin production. And leave those for a while like they are. Let's do it like that. I think that's a good idea. Now I have to find these sticker sheets. I don't know where I put those, but I'll figure that out between episodes since this went on for quite a while. Yeah, so excited to hop into the main part of the game, the legacy part. We've made our choices here and hope you're having fun watching this. I'm intrigued by the game and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.